So now we're on set 4, okay? So we already learned this line, so if you didn't learn this, go back to the previous video. And now we're gonna add in the EKG. I know you know how to label it, so there's a couple of things I'm gonna label on here before we even get started. So I'm gonna label this part right here, relax. And I know you know that's the T wave, but relax, remember, that's your heart sucking in blood. And if you don't believe me, look what happens. The volume goes from here to here due to suction. So this whole relax cycle right here is what sucks the blood into the heart. So your heart fills in 2 stages. This first one, and I'm going to let you answer the questions, but this first stage, so stage 1, stage 2, it's right there. This first stage is actually your heart relaxing, and that's the the turkey baster. The second stage, right after the P wave, this is your atria giving it a little boop, a little push to get the rest of the blood into your ventricle. All right, sorry about the cough, but you know, hey. All right, so I'm gonna move on, mostly because we have to. I gotta get through this. All right, we're adding this heart sounds. So a lot of people saw this third heart sound right here, and it kind of freaks them out. When your heart is sucking in, I know I make this sound, actually your heart does make a sound, but that is also recorded on a phonocardiogram. Phono means sound. We're not going to worry about that. When you become a cardiologist, you can have at it. So as we take a look at the heart sounds, the first heart sound, keep in mind, this is actually on your test. Make sure you understand. The first heart sound is these guys right here, closing. Those are your AV valves. And the second heart sound closing is these guys right here, and those are your semilunar valves. So it goes lub, dub, lub, dub. Keep that in mind. All right, so if we go back, all right, so why do they have to close? When your heart creates so much pressure, let me get rid of all this stuff right here. Everything moves from high pressure to low pressure because it's just the basic laws of dynamics, okay, of movement of anything. So it could be diffusion, it could be osmosis. So here we go. When we have a lot of pressure, so that's your heart beating in like this, and it's squeezing, okay, these guys have to open because the blood has to go somewhere. If these open, I'm going to use a little blue here. If these opened, blood would go backwards in your atria. We don't want that. That would be a faulty valve. Does it happen? Absolutely. And generally it happens with this guy right here. It happens with your bicuspid. A lot of people have to get a mitral valve replacement because that's oxygenated blood. We don't want it going back to your lungs. That sounds kind of crazy, but that's why a doctor makes you take a deep breath in, because they're kind of listening for if things are backing up in your lungs. We don't want that to happen. All right, so if we go here, it says the first heart sound is lub. So we already know that, lub. And then here's dub. And then lub. And then dub. All right, so the lub is when the AV valves close, and you can look at your stuff, AV valves. It prevents it from moving back into the atria. Immediately after the first heart sound is the ventricle emptying or filling. So here's the first heart sound right there. And you can see that the ventricle is emptying because the volume is going down. Okay, what valves are closed during the second heart sound? Okay, so the second heart sound is these have to be closed because during the second heart sound, okay, those open and then flap shut because we don't want things going backwards. All right, so... and I am going to let you fill in those, and I'm going to stop right here for